Getty. Turkey and Israel expel ambassadors following Twitter spat. The Turkish foreign minister reportedly advised the Israeli envoy in Nah to leave the country for an undetermined period of time. The immediate response was the Israeli foreign minister Netanyahu ordering the Turkish consul in Jerusalem, Husnu Gurkan Tergalu, to return home for consultations. Most of the Palestinians killed on Monday were shot by Israeli snipers, Gaza's health ministry has said, and included a 8-month-old baby who died from tear gas inhalation along with 8 children under the age of 16. The bloodbath came amid the ceremony to open the U.S. Embassy in Jerusalem, which caused mass protests and condemnation in Muslim countries. It also sparked criticism of the state supporting the two-state solution of the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. Turkey announced 3 days of national mourning for Gaza casualties, and Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan accused Israel's Prime Minister Netanyahu to be the head of an apartheid state. In his tweet, Erdogan said that Netanyahu has the blood of Palestinians on his hands and can't cover up crimes by attacking Turkey. He also accused Israel of occupying the land of defenseless people in violation of United Nations resolutions. Netanyahu is the PM of an apartheid state that has occupied a defenseless people's lands for 60 years in violation of UN resolutions. He has the blood of Palestinians on his hands and can't cover up crimes by attacking Turkey. Want a lesson in humanity? Read the 10 Commandments. Recep Tayyip Erdogan, at @RT_Erdogan, May 15, 2018. He said, Turkey will react to this harshly. We have withdrawn our ambassadors from Washington and Tel Aviv for consultations. We also propose to convene an emergency meeting of the UN Security Council. We will hold talks with many leaders, and we are declaring a 3-day national mourning starting tomorrow. In return, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu struck back at the Turkish president on Twitter, describing him as a person who sends thousands of Turkish soldiers to support the occupation of northern Cyprus and invade Syria. He said, a man whose hands are stained with the blood of countless Kurdish citizens in Turkey and Syria is the last person to preach to us about combat ethics. The falling out was the latest between the two leaders, which poses a threat to the already insecure relations between the two countries. Palestinian protesters take part during clashes. After protests near the border with Israel in the East, Israeli soldiers fire tear gas at Palestinian demonstrators during clashes with Israeli troops after the diplomatic relations between Turkey and Israel were re-established only in 2016, after being broken off for several years. Belgium summoned the Israeli ambassador, Simona Frankel, to a meeting Wednesday with its foreign ministry to discuss the diplomatic fallout from the bloodshed in Gaza. Belgium's prime minister on Monday called for an international probe of the events in Gaza while linking them to the relocation of the U.S. Embassy to Jerusalem.